recognizes the chair of the full committee, the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Hensarling, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It is clear that perhaps the administration and certain Democratic members of the House are the only people in America who believe that ransom was not paid. It is also clear that many believe this is a good U.S. policy. I believe it not to be a good U.S. policy. Otherwise, 4 hostages may lead to 40 hostages that may lead to 400 hostages. And that is why I believe in the history of our republic, it has not been the policy of the United States of America to pay ransom for hostages. The question I have, though, is again, it is most curious that this payment was made in cash. Now, some believe this is not a particularly relevant issue. According to the Financial Action Task Force, quote, the physical cross-border transportation of currency is one of the main methods used to move illicit funds, launder money, and finance terrorism, unquote. Cash is the currency of terrorism. We paid cash to the world's foremost state sponsor of terrorism. And the question is, again, why was that done? Was there a legal obligation? We've heard that some of these payments have been made in other methods that could be more transparent through the normal financial channels. And the tribunal itself states it has finalized more than 3,900 cases. So I think one of our witnesses, Ms. Groch, did you not say that at least some of these were not made in cash? Is that correct?
Congressman, yes, there have been more than 39 cases resolved at the tribunal. The bulk of those payments came from a security account that Iran is obligated to ensure payment of all awards in favor of U.S. nationals and U.S. companies, and that is what resulted in $2.5 billion being paid.
Well, let me ask you this question. Again, I'm having a little trouble figuring out why this was a cash payment. Isn't it true that under the Iranian transactions and sanctions regulations, there are exceptions to financial dealings that license payments between the American and Iranian financial system in order to receive, pay, or settle claims pursuant to the United States Claims Tribunal, specifically 31 CFR Section 560.510?
Yes, sir. That's the general license I mentioned in my opening statement.
Okay, so you didn't have to pay it in cash, but you did pay it in cash. It is, again, still unclear. The question has been asked, but it hasn't been answered. Specifically, did someone in the Iranian government ask for the cash payment? Can anybody on the panel answer the question besides a macro view that Iranians wanted money?
Congressman, I'm trying to be specific. The term of the deal was that they got immediate payment. The reason for cash was not—
Are you aware of anybody specifically in the Iranian government asking for a cash payment?
I'm not aware, nor am I aware of all the conversations that took place.
Who would be aware? Who could this panel go to get an answer to that simple question?
We'd be happy to follow up with you on further details in a closed session, and we'd be happy to discuss that with you in that setting.
Are you aware that according to press reports, these funds have ended up in the hands of the Iranian military, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard?
Congressman, I've seen those press reports. As I mentioned, it is our assessment that the vast majority of the funds that Iran has had access to, whether through the JCPOA or this, continue to be used for its economic needs. We have seen some press reports of an Iranian budget line item. Our translators and those in the intelligence community have
well, that line item is roughly 10% of the entire annual defense budget, the military budget of Iran. Does this administration not believe that giving the leading state sponsor of terrorism $400 million in cash, followed by $1.3 billion, does that not present any serious terrorist financing concerns to you at all?
Congressman, we have made clear from the very beginning that the deals that we struck on this day do not resolve all of our concerns with Iran, and those concerns remain significant. What we resolved was the most imminent and critical, which was the nuclear program, and we were able to resolve 2 additional pieces of business at the same time. But we still oppose and object to Iran's destabilizing activities in the region, its support for terrorism.
My time has
ballistic
expired.
missile
Thank you, Mr.
activities,
Chairman.
And we continue to counter those activities through the very vigorous tools that we have.
The gentleman's time has expired. The chair now recognizes